good afternoon, good lunch, good something. How are you? Hello, Tracy. You are here. You're up early, or have you not gone to bed yet? How are you doing? Good to see you. So, yarn. I get to play with yarn and I get to hang out, which is awesome. What are you doing? I dropped Minnie off daycare. I have been, I took a long walk. And then I went to go pick up some new rain clothes for Minnie. And then I stopped by at a friend's and we were crocheting for a bit because I was walking and crocheting. So I had some crochet with me, and we were crocheting for a little bit. And then I came home and washed up the dishes that I was too lazy to deal with last night. But now I'm here. So I have been crocheting more since last time we saw each other. I am closer to being somewhat finished with the project. Started a new project, and I have a yarn haul because I picked up a package yesterday with some new yarn, which some of the yarn is actually totally very new, because they were like newly released, and I got curious. I did post a short yesterday with this doily type of thing in it. What it didn't have at that point was this edging kind of thing. This is the last row according to the pattern, but I have so much more yarn left. So I need to do something with this. So this is going to grow into something else. This is just a start. I will, however, finish this row and I will be blocking it before I continue because I want to stretch this out. It's really roughly when it's laying down, but it's all like front post and they are kind of curling together or like making it twist inwards. So what I want to do is block it so we do get to see more of the actual pretty pattern in this, but also to see how big it is before I start to continue on my new experiment. Because that's what it is. It's an experiment. This is just the start of it. Because I want to use the whole yarn cake. But you do see the pattern a little bit better when I stretch it out over my black t-shirt, where you do see the pattern better on a dark background. So there's that. I'm not going to be working on that one now because the pattern is tricky. Well, not tricky. I just have to count a lot. We did see me last stream, which was this Monday, working on the shawl that also can feature as a garland or something. And I did weigh how much yarn I've used for this one. I think this is kind of a decent length. I don't know exactly how long it needs to be, but just yeah, now I'm folding it double. So like lengthwise, this is probably like a good length and a good like amount of bulk for this type of shawl scarf thing. So I'm kind of thinking that this is a decent good length. And the pattern does state that, well, the person doing it, she uses 2/3 of a skein like this or a cake. This is less than 2/3. So I'm actually curious to how long it would be if I only use half a cake. But yeah, this is more than half. But I really enjoyed walking and crocheting that one. So I started a new one. No surprise there. It was a pattern that was easy enough to be walking and crocheting. And I did have another of the cookies that I have already used some. And I weighed it. And it's about the amount needed for the pattern. So I figured I'm going to use all of this. The only thing that I wasn't really sure of, is it's my favorite color of the cookies. But that's all I had of that color at the moment. It's my favorite color, and it is gorgeous. And the shawl might not be my style, so I don't think I'm gonna wear it. But at the same time, why let the pretty yarns just die on a shelf? Just because I don't know what to do with this, it's not that much of it's half a skein or a little bit more. But it makes me happy. The colors make me happy. So I might as well just make one in a colorway that I actually really enjoy. Because why not? Yarn makes me happy. Colors make me happy. So it just kind of made sense in a way to use this for walking and crocheting, which I've done. I started this dropping off the mini-me to daycare yesterday morning. I was walking to daycare and home from daycare, and then going to pick her up, and then on the way back home again. I did do a little bit last night, but I didn't want to do too much because I want this to be like my walk project, or like out in the park with mini-me. So I walked to daycare, took a detour down to the docks. Yeah, just a long walk and a little bit hanging out with a friend. So this is some walk for sure. Some walk. And this is color 46214. The other color is 46225, and the other color is not available at Hobbii. This one is available at Hobbii. Color name Limelight. So we do have some Limelight in like gorgeous purples and blues and greens. It's mostly greens, and we do have this more like there's some yellowy, more foresty type of greens. Yeah, there's some yellows in here. We have a little bit of a yellow pop over there, but I really like this color a lot. I've done blankets and I've done other things in this color. Yeah, definitely my favorite. Good morning, Diane. How are you doing? Good to see you. Did you just wake up? I'm guessing a lot of people are probably starting to wake up soon. I am not expecting too much people just yet. Well, too much people. There can never be too much people, but I'm expecting you guys to slowly wake up in the near future. I did I talk about the updates of my Halloween bag? I did not talk about that Monday. I don't recall doing that. Or did I? It's pretty much finished to the point where it needs blocking. And then I need to make straps in black. So there's that. You just woke up. Is it too early for coffee? Or do you have coffee? Coffee is good. I did not make myself any coffee today because I've been out walking and all of that. But I do have something to drink, so it's all good. I am not... yeah, no, I don't feel like I need coffee, really. It would be nice because it's yummy, but it's not yelling coffee right this minute. So kind of looks like a tulip. Yeah, it's curling in on itself a little bit. It looks like a tulip. You were watching a replay of one of my other lives, and then I go live. That is funny. Well, I figured this is a good time when I have kid at daycare and I get me alone time, and then you guys can wake up slowly and hang out with me. Cause why not? You know, let's open this. I have something to drink. And I have plenty of things to crochet, but also I have yarn. I have new yarn. Should we save it for in a little bit? It's not a big package, as you can tell. It's kind of a small package, but it's there. I could for like just easy, convenient, continue to crochet on this. But I'm kind of enjoying having that while I'm walking, and I don't want it to end too fast. So how about I continue on this? Well, it's going to be a dress. That's my plan. So far it is kind of a top. But I ran out of yarn, and I got more yarn. A while back, before I moved, I got more yarn for this. But I didn't continue until just now. So I have, this is the cake. This is what it looks like. I'm just going to put that there. And we get to see like pretty pastel purple and blue and green, yellow, orange, and reddish pink. Too hot for coffee, plus not quite awake enough for coffee yet. Perfectly fine. So this is what I have. This is a cake and then some. I did the solid part of the red-ish pink on. We do have the first transitions into seeing the next color, which is the orangey colors. So all the solid is already in here. So we will get a bit of a more solid part of red and the purple when I change from one cake to the other, because what we have here is now purple down to the red with blues and greens and yellows and orange. And from now on we will have the other way around, so with orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and when we get to the purple I will pick up the next cake and go from purple. So it will be reversing a couple of times, and I do have a total of 4 cakes, I think. This is one cake. I do think there's three cakes that I ordered. So 2 more other than this. Could be 1 more. I don't remember. I don't know where they're at either. I'm guessing I put them somewhere behind somewhere, but I honestly don't know where I put them, which is kind of interesting. Because it's not that many places that I do have yarn now. I put most of the yarn in the shelves, I think. There's not behind there. Not behind there. I do see Halloweeny cakes behind there. I don't know where I put them. I'll find them when I need them. But there should be a couple of more cakes hiding somewhere. Thank you. Where did I put the hook? There it is. Red hook. Red hook, 3.25 millimeter. Is this a Sultan or is it a Dahlia? I think it's a Sultan cake. Just because someone might be interested to know what color we're using here. So is it a Sultan? In that case, it's a regular Sultan, because I don't have the band left on this. Is this the one? Yes. It's called Rainbow Pyrite, color 29 is what we have, in case anyone is curious. Yeah, as you could tell, the colors looked a little bit different, I guess, on my camera. Also, it's getting a little bit blown out, but it is very pastel-y. I want to say that the color on what you see on their website is more, yeah, it's a little bit more, it's darker. My camera is not really picking up the colors. Yeah, I think the colors are more true to color on the website. So there's that. So I'm just going to sit here and possibly wait for a little bit more people to pop in. I don't know, but we have this. Should I have it sitting there for a little bit just as a tease? I think that's a good one. For those who are up this early, do you have any plans for today? Or is this your normal wake up time? What does the day have in store for you as far as you have plans or expectations. I already did very much today, so more things will happen. Well, I have to go pick up Mini-Me. I have to figure out dinner and do all those fun stuff. Yeah. Yesterday, though, I did have a really easy way to get her out of daycare. A bit extra, maybe a little bit dramatic. You have an eye appointment at 8. You're liking the new setup in my new place. I like it too. I need to get more yarn out of the boxes and sort stuff. It kind of does look a bit messy here, but I just threw stuff up on the shelves to get them off the floor. Sorting and making it look pretty it's in the plans. Just haven't gotten there yet. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So the dramatic way of getting my kid home from daycare yesterday, which was like the fastest way ever. Let's rewind to the morning of yesterday when I walked to drop her off at daycare. And there is a little bit of a river that we have to cross to get to daycare. So we have to walk over a bridge. And underneath this bridge, there was something that looked like it was very out of place in the water. It's very rocky just underneath the bridge. And after there was like a sheen on the water, like oil spill or like, fuel, oil, something, that rainbowy slick type of surface. And that shouldn't be there. But I was like, it's the river. It's not that bad. Because downstream, just a little bit down, you end up in the harbor. And the harbor does have a lot of boats, and boats does, there's often oil spill around the boats. So I wasn't too concerned. I was like, it's probably just some little minor thing. It's going to be washed away. Because the water is flowing there. So I was like, yeah, it's probably not going to be there. No biggie. And then in the afternoon, when I went to go pick her up, I was like, it's still there. And is it more than it was this morning? It's like, where is this coming from? And we do have a non-emergency number and an emergency number. So I called the non-emergency number because I was like, maybe this is not as, it's not urgent, really. Something is leaking somewhere. It's not like life or death. And they're like, no, you need to call emergency because you need the fire department because they are doing like all the cleanups. Okay, so I call the emergency number and they're like, yeah, can you meet up with the can you meet up with the firefighters or whatnot, or like the cleanup crew? I was like, well, I'm on the way to daycare now, but I'll be there shortly on the way back. She's like, okay, yeah, can they call you on this number in case they need it? I was like, yeah, sure, I'm available, but I'll be back there in a bit, so I'll wait. They're like, yeah, that's awesome, good. So I come into daycare and it's like, hey, we are in a little bit of a hurry. We need to go and look at the fire trucks. Yeah, she was in a hurry. Fire trucks, because what kid doesn't like fire trucks, right? So we're getting closer to the bridge and I was like, I don't see one yet, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're not there. There's other places to park than on top of the bridge. And the bridge it's not tall at all. Because yeah, it's just like a little bit of a bump almost in the road. So underneath the bridge is a little rocky and it's pretty much like the river kind of starts there. On the other side of the river is more like a ditch or creek or something. It just widens and gets more and more. So it's not a lot. And I was like, I don't know where it's coming from. But the closer we got, I realized, well, I see a firefighter on the bridge now. So they are there. But it was only, I guess they sent one out to scout the area. And if needed, he would get like reinforcements to clean it up. So he was there, he was looking around and he's like, well, I know where the source is. We need to deal with it a bit differently and yada yada. I was like, yeah, fine. I just wanted to, it needs to be looked at least as a minimum, because we do drink the water here. Like we drink the water out of the taps here, and some areas are more sensitive to like water pollution because of this. Certain areas are like protected, so if something happens, immediate actions might need to be taken. And upstream a river that goes down to the boat docks where there's boats and their contamination, um, wasn't the biggest deal in the world, I guess, or that's my assumption. It was kind of funny though that, of course, while we were there, because it's not a lot of things happen in this town, but of course, a journalist came running with a camera. Why did you get called out here? What's going on? It's like, yeah, oil spill in the river. Fantastic. Get some good pictures of the rainbowy, murky water. I bet that's going to be like a little feature on the front page, even. That's how small this city is. We're going to get a little bit of a side note on the front page, probably a picture. And then to read more, go to page 13. And then you have like 3 lines. But yeah, awesome. So Minnie got to be. I took her picture in front of the fire truck, which wasn't that big of a fire truck because I guess it was like um I don't know what it's how would I translate that? Like we have the regular fire trucks and then we have the smaller ones that's like the chief is driving. So he's like there's a couple of them, but like when they go out on big things, there's always like a head firefighter keeping tracks or like shouting out directions. A little bit like, yeah, on site. I don't know. Does your like if you look at the I know more about the police. So like the chief of police, would he ever go out on site and yell out directions? I don't know. I kind of feel like the chief sits behind a desk and shouts out orders from there. We have no turtles here. There's no turtles in the waters here. Unfortunately. We do have fish. And I know there's fish. I know there's crayfish. Crayfish is more of a lake um thing though. They're not as much in like rivers or such. Um we have seals. Once in a while there's like whales that finds their way in, usually not as far up north as I am, because Sweden is kind of long and narrow. So Sweden is long and narrow, and then on one side we have Denmark, and between Denmark and Sweden there's like a bit of ocean, and then it goes up on the other side. So like all the animals that would come from the ocean, you're most likely to see them like on the west coast of Sweden or like the south or maybe like the southeast part. Like they don't really get up um really high up. And I am kind of middle. But yeah, we have a bunch of like we have quite a big population of seals. Mostly further south. But there's some up here too. We do have quite the bit of like big eagles and bigger birds that likes to hang out on the coast too. Like there's what would they be called? We have, well, directly translated from Swedish, we have something called a sea eagle or ocean eagle, which I doubt that would be the correct naming for it. But we have that. Those are really neat to see. Their wingspan is humongous. And the neighborhood that I live in now, all the streets are different fishes, different birds. They're different bird names. There's an area in this city that has mushroom names, like different names of mushrooms. Mushrooms XYZ Street. We have flowers. It's kind of funny that that's how we name our streets here. Like in like the capital, we do have certain areas that has names after like larger cities in certain areas. There's a whole neighborhood that has all their street names after um, Norwegian cities, and then there's another neighborhood with Danish cities as their street names. So it's a bit different, I guess, from what you guys are used to, because I do hear a lot of like Fifth Street and Fourth Street, like numbers. Famous people also get streets named after them. Authors, politicians, famous people. Like we have an old children's book author, really, really popular when I was a kid, but she's still popular. The mother of Pippi Longstockings. That's one that you might actually know who it is. Astrid Lindgren. Her face is on our 20 crown paper monies. Good morning, Rosie Posey. Good to see you. Did you get a good night's sleep? Hello, good morning, my world of crochet. How are you doing? Stina with the new dishwasher. And apparently it's a smart one too. You need to turn the water back on when you install a new dishwasher, because the new one will complain that it didn't get water. Yep. I've had that happen before when I had one of the kids accidentally turn off the water for the dishwasher. And I was like, what's wrong now? I couldn't figure it out. But yeah, someone just accidentally turned it because it's on the like on the bottom of the faucet. Like you have the faucet and then you have the open close thing, and then underneath it, like on the side, there's an extra um switch. So it's easy to find. Good morning, Rita, and good morning, Sprue. Well, maybe not morning for Sprue. Lunchtime almost. Did you have lunch yet, or are you gonna have lunch? Rita, how are you doing? What's the daily update? Are you getting out of jail soon? Oh, that cracks me up every time. She's been messaging me like, don't like it. It's like being in jail. Yeah, you're in the hospital and you're not allowed to leave. Totally get it. You blame your better half for forgetting to turn the water on. Well, at least you figured it out and not like, oh, we got a broken new one just when the old one broke, and now we got a new one and it's also broken. Because that would have been worse. Now it was just a little technical mishap. No lunch? No lunch as of yet, or you're not going to have any lunch. You had a good sleep, just not enough of it. I know the feeling. I felt really tired this morning, and for once, I actually went to bed early yesterday. So it kind of just, I don't know. Did I sleep too much? I don't think I did, but my body is not happy with the fact that I actually slept, clearly. So I guess I'm used to like 6 to 4 hours of sleep, and getting more than that is bad for me. Makes no sense. You have to get your son up and out the door soon. Wish you could stay. Well, maybe I'll be here when you get back. You're getting released tomorrow after 1 p.m. Awesome. You don't do lunch, but you did breakfast? Perhaps, possibly? Or do you have some coffee at least? Let's hope you have some coffee. I was too lazy to make some coffee today, so I don't have any coffee. But that's my own fault. I could have. Only coffee. Well, coffee is good. I have been the type of person that for many years just did coffee and a cigarette in the morning or 3. But that's just me. And I don't smoke anymore, so that's just not. Did did you see something about new yarn? Well, I don't know. What is that? What is that? You can't wait to get good coffee? Is the hospital coffee not good? It usually isn't. I guess it depends on where you're at, because some of them, some of the floors has machines, and some of the floors has these really, really big thermos pot things. I do have both new yarn and more of yarn that I just needed. I ran out, so I needed more. And then there just like accidentally happened to slip in some new ones. Totally new ones. Newly released yarns. And you're at work. Well, you can sneak in and take a peek. Also, if you miss out when I show it, I can always show it again. You love the new look and layout. Well, we did have this shelf before, and then I got a new one, exactly the same, from Rita. So Rita had this one left over when she moved. So that means I have more storage space, but I just need to clean it out, straighten it, and all of that. See me on Sunday. Well, most likely, unless I catch a cold or you don't feel good enough. Because if you don't feel good enough, you have to say no. If you need to rest, then you should rest. But definitely Sunday or any day next week is a possibility. So I will be going over to Rita's. The plan was to go and hang out with her mom, but now when Rita's getting released earlier than we thought, then I get to meet both of them. I only got to see Rita for like 5 minutes when she came to deliver the bookshelf. You feel fantastic. That is good. The meds have worked and done what they're supposed to. Working wonders? I don't know. So, are we in the mood to open some yarn yet, or should we let it marinate on the shelf a little bit longer? As I said, I picked it up yesterday, and I haven't opened it. So it's been here since yesterday. I have an itch to open it though, because there's new yarns. New yarns is very interesting to me. You know? Maybe you still need to take antibiotics for a week, but that's okay. Maybe we should go and take a look at the yarn. Okay, it's been itching too much in my fingers here now. We got yarn. It's not a big one. It's just it's a smaller package. You ordered yarn at your flower? At your flower? Yeah, you deserve some new yarn. Okay, let's open this and not make too much noise. First thing I see is the new yarn. But I'm gonna wait with that. I'm actually gonna show you the reason I put an order in the first place. Oh, come on. Come on. Candy. I got a candy. Not that I need it, not that I want it, but it's here. Who cares? It's yarn. Free gift. I don't know how many of these needle gauge things I have, but I don't need it. It can go in that one. I think that's where I threw stuff in the past. So I got 4. I'm just going to get them all out because it's a pretty stack. You stack them up together. Friends Wheel. Friends Wheel in color bubblegum, I think it's called. As always, not sponsored. But I have a stack of 4 of these. Color number on the other side, 38. What am I going to do with these? Well, I'm going to finish the dress because I decided it's going to be a dress and I needed more yarn. So it's the last color of this cake that looks like this with tealy, and there's a darker pink, and then it's a bubblegummy pink. So that's what we're doing. And now I have the yarn to do it. You know who knits. I know who knits. I don't knit because I don't like it. But yeah, so now I have the yarn to finish this, or at least make it a lot longer. I am not fully sure how long it's going to be with that amount of yarn. I hope it's enough. A whip then can be finished. Indeed. The yarn was on sale. Hobbii Bingo discount. That was all I was waiting for, and it happened, so it could happen. The new yarns, though. There's 2 new yarns. One is a Halloweeny yarn, and one is not a Halloweeny yarn. Are we in the mood for Halloweeny first, or the other one first? I'm gonna let you guys decide. There's 2 different. Halloween or not Halloween. And I got these out of curiosity. Because new yarns, I just wanted to feel it. The other one. We got 1 vote for the other. I'm just gonna let you guys pick for a little bit. Gonna give you a little bit of time. Another vote for other. That's the one I've actually been most curious. You missed the choices. So I have 2 new yarns, either a Halloweeny yarn or a not Halloweeny yarn. I will show you both. It's just which order I show them. What do you want to see first? Halloween or not Halloween? The other. Okay. The other is Twisted Love. Twisted Love is a lace yarn. And it has something like this light whitish strand. And I was like, is that glitter or what is it? I need to have one so I can look and see. It's not glitter, but it has a sheen. So I don't know what that is. It's 13% polyester, whatever this sheeny thing is. 87% cotton. It's a lace weight, 50 grams, 1.75 ounces, 200 meters, 218 yards. And it's lace. For sure it's lace. This is, I think it's the same, amount or size as there's rainbow lace, and just, well, without this effect thing. I think those are mostly mercerized cottons that comes in these thinner ones. We do see these thicker sections here of this shiny. There's a couple of strands where it looks like they really, really wrapped it good. Not just like the little strand we see, but there's a couple of places here where we see quite some of this wrapped around. In a couple of places, actually. So that's where this little shiny part is really wrapped around the whole strand by the look of it. And I think this is like the colors of the rainbow. It's really hard to see on the picture what colors are in these because some of them are not really showing through in the pictures. But we do have greens and blues and reds and orange and yellow. And like over here, I do see like one strand that might be purple. But I don't really see a lot of like purpley here. So I am curious. I did see that they had like a purple pink that was already sold out. But yeah, there's this one was the one that was like most rainbowy looking to me. So yeah, there was two other colors that I really liked. And that was like a part of my pick. I was debating on which one of them I should get. We can look at them here. The other colors that was my options. See here, the purpley one is sold out. But I did look at this pink, purple, blue, and I think it's a little bit green in that one. And then we have more of a red, blue, green. And I wasn't sure about that one either. So what I actually picked is this one. And that's the picture we have. But we do see a little bit of green, we see a little bit of blue, and the other colors. So that's what it looked like on the picture. I wish they just had a picture of these schemes like this, so you have a chance of actually seeing more of what colors are in these ones than what they have. Like I really love how the labels are with the little hearts and yin and yang type of thing. Really, really pretty. But just a picture like this of each color would make picking color so much easier. Because I have no idea. Like this one, I see grays and pinks and orange and yellows and green. These are weird colors to me. Or is there something in there also that is like binding these colors together, but we just don't see it from this picture? Gray, yellow, green is also a little bit of an odd one. I guess this is probably going to be more of a popular one. Creamy and pink and like peachy yellows. But I'm not surprised that this one sold out. I am curious though, is there other colors also in it with more than the purple or like purpley creamy? Because we don't know. We just don't know. So I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this. I just wasn't sure also, like, is it sparkle? But it's not sparkle. But it's shiny. But it's not like iridescent shiny, perhaps. But we do see that the shine here looks more blue and here it's more white. So I guess the shiny part is also a bit different. Here we have a shiny part that's pink. So I guess, is it see-through? Maybe that you're getting the different hues of these depending on what color strand it's wrapped around? Could that be why we're seeing them? Here we got more of a goldeny peach. Here we got it in pink. I really like, I need to do something with this. You saw them making granny squares with that yarn. It looked like they all go well together. Yeah, they do have a picture on the website where they have done granny squares of some of these as like on the samples from on the website. But it's just like a square of 3 different ones and you don't really see it and you don't see which ones they are. But this strand, it really makes me want to do something with it now. I need to figure out what I want to do with it though. Come on and focus. But there are definitely more of these than I expected. Because we do see a bunch of them here. Yeah, no, I need to figure something out. Because I have one. Is it? Do I need to make a doily? Or just a couple of squares and make a little like doll blanket? Can I make a doll blanket for Mini Me's dolls? Do I have enough for that? Just make a couple of granny squares and put them together. Kind of feels like I should have enough for that, but I don't know. I haven't used enough of these to know how much I can make out of it. I have used the the rainbow lace for a couple of projects in the past, but never like a big full, like how much can I make out of one of these? Because there's a couple of layers in here. Like it's pretty thick. So yeah. Bandana or kerchief? Maybe. Would that be colors I could wear? Don't know. Don't know. We have one more new yarn, and it's spooky. And I also got one of them with the weirded label. Okay, so they messed up with the labels. When I saw this, Altnots showed this, and I was giggling about the mistake. You love yarn that are made like that? You might have to go to Hobbii. You shouldn't because you have a lot of yarn. Well, Rita, get home from the hospital first. So they do like to put pretty labels on their yarn, like this one. We got the little new logo with the hearts for the Twisted Love. And I got a Halloween honey bunny candy in the green. The green was just yelling at me. But we have a skull and we have bones. And it's just really cute. But they messed up on these. Because it does say over here, Honey Bunny Christmas. I don't think that was meant to be there. It should be Honey Bunny Candy Halloween. But they put Christmas. Which I thought that was really cute. It's not very often that they do mishaps. And I've seen them like make a bunch of these like lucky bags out of wrong labeled things in the past, where they just take the labels off and then they make it into like a random something lucky bag. Well, I guess they could leave these labels on. But I guess maybe they didn't see the mistake until it was too late, and they needed to get them out for Halloween because that's the like yeah, it's a cute mistake. I'm probably not going to use it just because of it. It's like a one of a kind unicorn type of thing. You have to wait. Well, it depends. Can someone else pick up the package if you order? Because otherwise it might be tricky. But it's really, really neon green. It's not really showing up as neon-y. I want to say it's more of a yellow neon green. Over here. It's more slimy. It looks like less slimy. But we have orange and purple. I see some dark blue over here. Is that purple? Or black maybe? No, it's dark blue. With I like that they only picked like Halloweeny colors for this pom-pom band that they have going through these candy honey bunnies. That's the thing with the honey bunny candies, is that they have these speckles, but they're speckled and it's also a strand. So there's a strand twisting all the way through, and with a little bit of a distance between, there's a little pom-pom. But they have a bunch of different other honey bunny candies, minis in the point store, Halloweeny now, just a bunch of different ones. I have used them in the past, and I do like my honey bunny candy. I just needed to get this color because it talked to me. So I did get one, even though I have had a honey bunny in the past. It wasn't like, it's not new in that sense. It's just like a new colorway. That's the question you have. You will wait. That yarn looks awesome for a Christmas tree. Well, I do have a Christmas tree. already, and it took one skein. But my Christmas tree was made in the honey bunny candy, the regular honey bunny candy. So here is the regular green honey bunny candy, and this is more slimy. Why is it not showing up as slimy? But we have a Christmas tree, and the regular honey bunny, as you can see, has more of a variety of the sprinkly pom pom bits in colors: pinks, yellows, orange, purple. Whether this one has more of just Halloweeny colors. So that's a good comparison. Yeah, my Christmas tree was getting a little bit wonked up in transportation. I haven't really straightened out the bottom and fixed it. You forgot that the Christmas tree that I made already had the speckles? It did. It did have speckles. It's speckly or freckly. But yes, we do have a. We can put that one over there for now. So that's what I got. I got me some of the new yarns. You can hang out next to the volcano. I really want to try that one out. I don't know what to do. I will have to think about this. And I will most likely think about it and figure something out during the day because I'm just curious. I could do something similar to this, maybe just smaller, like a doily. But I don't think that's what I want to do. Yeah, baby blanket or like a doll blanket, that sounds interesting. So that feels like it's a big possibility. She's not big enough or big enough, but Mini-Me doesn't have any Barbie dolls yet. If she had, I could have made like a Barbie dress. Maybe I could do that either way, but I don't know if there is any Barbie dresses patterns in lace yarn. Might be something that I would have to figure out myself, and that's not going to happen when I don't have a Barbie to like measure. It's a bit tricky to do something freehand when you don't even have something to measure it to. So that's not really an option at this point. It was really pretty. And it was more to what I expected with like the rainbowy colors. So my little prediction of what I could sneak peek and hint on that picture definitely met the expectations. I was expecting a little bit more like purpley colors, but I don't know if it's just not showed from how it was caked up. So there might be more, or maybe it's just like small purpley bits with transitions. We'll see. Good morning, my crochet story. How are you doing today, Maureen? I have already done a lot of things today. We are past lunchtime, and I have been very productive this morning. So I do plan to take a little bit more of a chill afternoon before I have to do all the dinner stuff. Even though very productive in the crochet side of my little yarny corner over here. Yes. We're being a bit yarny today. Dishes and walking, and that is mostly already taken care of. Rita is behaving, and she might be coming home tomorrow. Hospital is about to release her soon, sooner rather than later. But they keep poking and stabbing her for tests. You're breaking out of jail tomorrow. Jailbreak. Rita's on the loose. How will things be when she has been released? Rita the tornado let loose after I don't know, how long have you been there? A week and a half? A week? I don't remember. The days have just flown by. Is it 2 weeks? No, I don't remember. As long as she behaves herself, she will get out. So Rita, behave. 8 days. 8 days tomorrow. 8 days too many. But you had 1 week at home in bed before you went to the hospital? Yeah, you were not feeling good. I'm happy you went to the hospital. I'm a little bit, um, you should have gone earlier or sooner, possibly. Or, well, I guess you did go and then they called you back in when they got some more test results. Wasn't that how you said? I don't really remember, but I think that's what she said, that they called her back after test results. So, at least they did that. Yeah, you went back when they told you to come. That is good though. You got the care you needed. And so far, I haven't heard you really complain a lot about the food. You've been complaining about the coffee. You want some better coffee. So at least you have had somewhat of a decent experience. Well, maybe not the most comfortable thing, as a lung tube is. Yeah, I'm not jealous at all. That doesn't sound comfortable. But at least you're feeling better. They put you through a lot of stuff. So break out of jail tomorrow sounds like you need it. Um, she's like the rest of us. We take care of everyone else before we take care of ourselves. So she is paying for it now, but at least she's home now and will be able to get back to normal. Indeed. Indeed. Yeah, I'm also like that. I care for everyone else first, and then I take care of myself. Possibly. No appetite, but okay food. So with a little bit of an appetite, the food have would have been even better. Did they have a hard time accommodating your food, like allergies and whatnot? You've gotten the speech from 3 doctors that you need to take care of yourself also. Sounds like you had some good doctors that have seen it before. 4 days of fish. That is, I know that the fish is good. Well, I don't remember exactly when the last time I went to eat hospital food, when that was. But when Mini Me was born, we spent like a week and a half in the hospital. And the hospital food is good. And Rita is at the same hospital there where I had Mini Me, so it's the same kitchen that deals with the foods. When Big Kid was born, it was a different hospital. The food there was also decent. So hospital food usually is okay. It's not like Michelin star class of food, but no one expects that at a hospital. Oh, no issues with the allergy, and they even had an EpiPen ready to use if needed. That is awesome. Food here compared to Norway is fantastic. So Norwegian hospital food isn't as good. Is that what you're saying? Or just food in general? Norwegians like to eat sandwiches for lunch, right? Isn't that like a really big thing in Norway? Just sandwiches, sandwiches, and sandwiches. Then again, brown cheese, I don't get the concept of brown cheese. I've never tried it, but people say you need to have an acquired taste to like the brown cheese. Is that something you're gonna miss, Rita? Like, what type of Norwegian foods is there a chance that you're gonna be missing out now? Do you have anything like in particular that you know, like, oh, I'm gonna miss this? I know you talked something about a bakery. Only warm food once a day in Norway. Hmm. Yeah, I don't get that. Like, there's no reason not to have warm food. You can have bacon and eggs in the morning or like a hot porridge or something. And then you have a hot lunch and a hot dinner. But you could also do like cold sandwiches in the morning and then you can do something cold for lunch, but also like a salad for dinner. So it could be a full day of cold foods. You can get everything here. It's only the gluten-free bakery that you're gonna miss. Well, I bet that we can find some place in Uppsala when you can get some nice gluten-free baked goods. So you can get brown cheese here. I've never looked for it, so I don't know if it's here. We do have mesmar here, but as far as I've understood, it's not the same. So also you can bake some. That is also very true. I got really surprised the other day when I sent you the recipe for apple pie, and asked if you could have that according to like the ingredients listed, and you couldn't have oats. Is oats a gluten thing, or is oats something you can't eat for other reasons? I didn't know oats was. Is it gluten in oats? I never had to like think about that because I never had to go um like bake gluten free or whatnot. So oatmeal is an allergy thing, but it not necessarily the gluten is just an allergy you have. Kind of good to know. If I'm gonna be baking or cooking or something for Rita, we need to know what she can eat and not. I was just surprised by the oats. Good morning, yarn therapy with Ruth. How are you doing this morning? I'm guessing it's morning for you. It's 1:04 p.m. in Sweden, where I am located. But I love your name, yarn therapy. That's exactly what we're doing here. Crochet as therapy is my thing. And I am really, really happy that I can walk and crochet. I have been practicing that skill for a couple of days now, and it's getting better and better. I will be trying out different patterns soon, but I've been doing the same thing over and over for a bit now. Oats has to do with pollen allergy. So it's like a cross allergy because I know that Big Kid has, at least when he is in the middle of like allergy seasons and is already affected by the pollen, apples and pears isn't a good thing if it's fresh. Like an apple pie with baked apples works, but even better with not pollen in the um, like the low pollen season. He can handle the apples and pears. You're trying to wake up at 6 a.m. Yeah, that's early. I'm not jealous. You have to get your son to school at 7:30. Will you be having some yarn therapy after that? Or do you have any other plans for the day? Birch. Birch and oats. Is that the combination? That doesn't work out. Mm. What could I crochet and walk? That is fairly easy to crochet. That doesn't turn out too big, but don't need to cut all the time. Like, I guess I could do a bunch of granny squares and just like pop them back into the bag. But I would rather do something that I don't have to cut. So for reference, if you weren't here in the beginning, I have been walking and crocheting scarves, or well, I'm on scarf number 2. And the first one, I'm not sure if it's finished yet because I haven't really figured that out yet. So that's why it's still attached to its cake. But I've been crocheting this scarf. And one thing with this being very long but has big holes is that I can just pop a finger in it as I continue to crochet. So it's not going to drag on the ground. So I can continue to crochet and it's just like bunched up over here, which kind of makes it a little bit easier. Walking and crocheting definitely has to be kind of mindless. You'll be checking your local bargain bins for deals and steals today. Ooh, what do you normally find in the bargain bins? Could it be yarn? You're so happy you don't got issues with your stomach here. They give out Movicol as candy and you didn't need it. Oh, that's a stomach meds, right? So you didn't even need them, even though they gave it to you just in case. So these are not my colors, and this is not my type of pattern. It's like really roughly. It's a scarf. But it was a yarn cake. I was like, I don't like the colors. It's the same yarn as is used in the tutorial, cookie yarn from Hobbii. And I really liked how it looks like this, but it's like it's still not my colors. I'm not vibing with this. And then I had another cake that was already like used some because it's about 2/3 of a cake, and I have a bunch of more cakes over there. But I had an already opened one, and now I actually see that I have one more of those. But it's my favorite color, and I started this yesterday when I was walking. So we do have purples and greens, and then we have more of a like greens and yellows, more like earthy foresty. We got some more blues and we got some more purples. Once in a while there's more of a neon and there's some yellows in this. It's really lovely. We actually have it over here, but I had already broken into this cake and I measured it, or I weighed it, and I have pretty much what they say for the scarf. Here we can see a little bit of the yellow, and here we get to see more of that little limey, slimy green. Greeting, kits and bits. Hello, Tam. How are you doing? Good to see you. Good morning or afternoon. No, it's lunchtime. Good lunchtime. Did you sleep well? So this is my favorite colorway. It's called Limelight. Cookie, Yarbo, but you can find it at Hobbii. And I don't know if it's for me. Like, I'm not a fan of the ruffles. That's the thing. I don't know if like this ruffly thing is my vibe, but at least the colors make me happy working with it. That's the thing though. Like, I can't just have the pretty yarn and just look at it. I need to use some of it. And I didn't have any other plans for that yarn. It was just the leftover bit, so might as well use it. You've been up all night, so when are you gonna sleep? In a bit? We had Sprue hanging out here a little bit ago. He might still be here. So this is my walking back and forth to daycare thing. I started walking to daycare, walking home from daycare yesterday, walking to daycare, and a little bit of a detour today, and that's that's how far I've gotten. I do have the pattern for this linked in the comments, or not, yeah, in the box down below, or wherever it is, the description box. So if you want the pattern that I'm using to practice walking and crocheting, it's there. See, Sprue was hiding in the scrap basket. We haven't looked at my little cute things for a bit now. Let's shake the scrap basket. Who's in there? Do, do, do. I love my little videos. I don't get to use them often enough because forget I have them. It's been a little bit since I got to use them fully, since I haven't really done that many lives recently. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Count is correct. I could count today also as well, which is awesome. I'm gonna get myself a little bit more comfy again. Let's just adjust my chair because I can. There we go. You look for big sweaters that you can reclaim for yarn. That is nice though. Do you often find good bargains like that? Let's see here. That one is that the where to go? I think. Let's see if they land where they're supposed to be. Could be worse. Might not have had this cup. You having a cup of coffee or cup of tea? One, two, three, four, five, and then this one. Is that where it's supposed to be? That is the question. That's the one that's around. Ah. Me and counting apparently is a little bit off this minute. You're having tea! Coffee makes you puke? Oh no. Hobbii isn't coming with coffee today, so you have to survive the bad coffee in jail. You found about a dozen 100% superfine merino wool sweaters for $1 each on different occasions. That is nice. So what do you reuse the yarn for? Is there anything in particular that you like to do with it? But why is my stitch count off? Why is it off? I want to say that one's supposed to be there, but that one is... Nope, it's correct. Coffee makes you nauseous. Thank the flu you had many years ago for that. Oh, so you can't have coffee after you had a flu many years ago? It did something? You also look for acrylic and cotton sweaters on dollar days. That is nice though. You can get cheap yarn like that. I have thought about it because I've seen a couple of blankets in like thrift stores where like granny squares and whatnot, and it's like it's too much hassle to pull them apart for what the yarn is. It's just not. It's gonna take a long time to pull them apart, and you don't even know if it's yarn that would hold together if you did that. It just feels like it's too much work, even though it's cheap, and it takes a lot of time to do it also. So I haven't gone down the road of bargain shopping for that reason for yarn. I have yarn enough. You're knitting socks. Oh, you're knitting on the socks there? So you don't have a needle in your hand anymore, so you can knit again. Yay. You're reselling the wool sweaters locally because they are new with tags, but the others you wind into cakes and make blanket or clothing items. Just the smell makes you nauseous, and you know many like the smell but doesn't drink it. For me, it's both. So that's why you're the big tea person. Well, I know you like your tea. You do have tea in your giveaways. You give away some teas. You don't think the blankets are worth it? You did a video recently on what to look for when thrifting sweaters. Oh, you did? I bet that's something that a lot of people would think is informative if they are into thrifting for yarn. It's the same for Tam. The smell is icky. Are we talking about like coffee, um, boiled coffee, or just the coffee grains? Or like ground coffee, just when you open a new package of uh, opening a new package of coffee, just like the first really aromatic, just lovely smell. I love opening a new package. You have a needle in, but you can knit, so they placed it in a good spot. If you can do that, then that's even better. Any coffee, the smell, the taste, yuck. More for me. Something I haven't mentioned yet. Volcano. Volcano is still erupting. That's why Volcano is still with the top of lava there. It's still going. And it's probably going to go for a bit. It looks like a really big eruption this time. The daily update on volcanoes. Do you grind your own beads and stuff, or just use the grinded for filtered coffee? Yeah, no, I don't grind myself. I just buy um, ground coffee and filter. Yep. Grounding it, yeah, that's just too much hassle. I would never drink coffee if I had to do that all by myself. Nope. And those fancy machines, yeah, that's just, they're really expensive. I had one of them capsule machines in the past. It was a lot of hassle with that one too. Like cleaning it was, that was annoying. It was nice when I was alone. I had one when it was just me and Big Kid when he was little, when I only had to make coffee for myself once in a while. The like there's a really good capsule coffees like with like the lattes and the salty caramel, and there's a lot of fancy flavors in those. But they're so full of sugar also, so they're really unhealthy. So it's in the long run, it's not good to do that. Also, they are expensive. So remind you to send some Dutch coffee one day. Yeah, that would be interesting. Then again, you don't really know if it's good or not because you don't drink it. I was thinking about making that little doily thing that I showed earlier into some type of wearable since I have all this yarn left. Oh, for reviews. Because we can see how pretty the colors are and how much yarn I still have left. We need to make this into a wearable. But yeah, after blocking, we're stretching it out to see how big it is, and then we're making it into a wearable. Would you make a wearable out of a doily? Or do you think I'm crazy? That's what I want to know. Am I crazy? Well, I am crazy. I'm from Sweden. But that's beside the point. You got some Cuban coffee grounds that apparently are really good for free to anyone with a coffee filter. Cuban coffee? I didn't know that that was a thing. The only thing I know, like Cuba, is Cuban cigars, but they have the right climate to grow coffee, so I'm not surprised in that way. Just as crazy as the rest of us. But would you make a doily into a wearable? I will most likely end up with something that I don't like, but at least I've tried. Possibly. I really love putting cakes working from the outside in on this little. You're supposed to have skeins on it, but like working outside in on cakes, it really makes a difference. Just saying. And normally I would go from center on cakes, but it doesn't really work out now when I'm going from one cake to the other, working from inside out, outside in, inside out, outside in for the flow of it. And I'm not going to recake it for the reason of, switching the colors. Just put it on something that can spin it, and it's perfectly fine. I guess with a cake that is fairly like solid or dense or a little bit heavier, um, you could put it on one of them just spin trays. I have a one that I can put on like my kitchen table or dining table when you have a lot of people eating, you just twist it a little bit so everyone can get what's on it. But that one's like really huge. But I'm just thinking if you have something else that spins, it could be a good place to put yarn that doesn't walk away. I guess it probably could be pulled off, but maybe a little bit of securing it to the whatever it is spinning. In case you don't have a skein holder spinner thingy-majig. Just a suggestion. Maybe you have something else that rotates. I have seen people use the holes in crock pots and like a skewer and put that through their skeins and having their feet out like on a couch, feet up, croc shoes, and a skewer or something in the skein. Looks really funny to keep your feet as the yarn holder. Or like skewers through the holes in a laundry basket. Also works. You're a bit in and out due to work. Well, I totally get that. We know you're working. All good. Talk about kitchen. You're going to put up the kitchen table on Friday. Don't overdo it, Rita. Don't overdo it. Please don't. Don't go home and turn into the tornado fixing all of that. But I'm guessing hubby isn't a big fan of like IKEA furnitures or assembling of said furnitures. Because otherwise, I guess it would have been done already. Not everyone is cut out to assemble IKEA furnitures. I just grew up with it. So for me, it's like second nature type of thing. Like you, you're not good at assembling furniture. It's like a big scale model, just less parts and being bigger. You can follow instructions. You even wrote books about how to build scale models. Of course, you can assemble a furniture. Just saying. You'll be nice a little at a time, but you think he would have done it by now? But nope. It makes you irritationally angry when you get it wrong. Well, I guess that could happen. But you can also blame it on bad instructions. I always giggle in the instructions when they say you need to be like two people or more because you don't really need that unless you're I don't know. But some instructions does have that like you need to be two people to be able to assemble this. No, probably be easier, but no, you don't need it. Not very often at least. I don't remember what, but I know that I have assembled something in the past that said that it required 3 people, and that was a little bit too much. But also, I guess it depends on who you're assembling things with, because 3 people that doesn't really work out good together. That's hot mess express and chaos in the making. So pick your partner good when it says you need to have more people to assemble things. Very risky business. I wonder what I'm going to make for dinner today. But I know it's also too early for most of you to think about dinner because you're almost not even out of bed or possibly thinking about getting some coffee or tea. So not expecting too much help in that department. I just don't know what to do. There we go. Did I count correctly this time too? I could count to 5. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. It does bother me a little bit that I don't know where I put the rest of the yarn for this dress, but at the same time, it's not like I'm in a hurry. I just broke into this cake. I don't know when I'm gonna need the other yarn. Also, now I have yarn to finish the other dress. So I'm not in a hurry. And we do still have Godzilla to be working on also. I'm just a little bit almost annoyed, possibly, that I just don't know where I put the yarn. It irritates me a little bit. So I will be searching for yarn in a bit. Well, probably later. I just don't know where to look. Probably in the boxes up there. Possibly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh! We're not supposed to be dropping everything, but the hook stayed in. So it's all good. I guess I just ended up not knowing what to talk about right this minute. Sorry for being silent. Just don't know where to go. Topic-wise. Don't know what we should talk about. Any suggestions? What are you in the mood to talk about? I'm just crocheting away over here. Then again, from time to time, I talk a lot, and then I don't. That's just me, I guess. You just don't get to see that side of me very often because I just keep talking about random stuff. Also, I do kind of feel like it's not interesting when I don't talk. So when I feel like I'm getting closer to not knowing what to talk about, I usually wrap things up. But this is too early for me to wrap it up. I want to hang out. I just sometimes get a bit quiet. It's okay. They came in again and asked a ton of questions. And if you answer the questions wrong, they might keep you another week. So you better watch what you're saying. I don't think they're going to keep you longer than they necessarily need. As long as they don't miss anything because you're not saying something because you want to go home. So let's not keep secrets from the doctors. If they want to keep you another day or two, then they should. But they will only do that if they deem that necessary. I kind of got in the mood now when I got the yarn to continue on the other dress to do that one, but I just picked this one up, so I'm going to continue on this one. Ask questions a lot. Well, they need to. They need to make sure that you're good. Oh, you ask questions a lot. What am I going to do with that lace yarn? Nope, that's what I'm doing for a bit. I'm going to go and see if I can find something to do with lace yarns because I'm too curious. You're noisy as a heck. Well, you're also kind of bored in that place, so if that's the only entertainment you have, talking to the people over there asking stupid questions, then that's what you should do. This is the yarn, and that we're gonna go and look and see if I can find a pattern for so I can try it out because it's freaking gorgeous. So what I will be doing is I will be opening up. I want to go for Ravelry. That's usually where I find good good things. So let's share the screen and I'll show you how I do when I look for suggestions of patterns or ideas for yarns. You're getting better because you want crackers or chips. Appetite is back a little bit. So we have a lace weight and it's a cotton polyester blend. I'm guessing we're going to get a lot of suggestions for doilies, and I don't think that we have anything really on this yarn itself because it's so new. But if we go to look for Twisted Love, do we have anything at all? Does it come up when you search for that? There's a lot of twisted things, but I do not see. So it's too new. But what we do then, we can go for, we have rainbow lace. I want to say that's a fairly, here, rainbow lace by Hobbii, 777 projects. So this is the same thickness of yarn. We can do a little bit like, we can zoom a little bit so you get to actually see what I'm looking at. There is definitely a bunch of projects made, and I want to just double check to see if there's any, or like how big of a difference it might be in the amounts. So we have the same amount of the weight of it, the 50 grams, 175 ounces, 176 ounces, pretty much the same. This one is only 200 meters, 218 yards. So it does sound like the rainbow is thinner. I don't think that's going to be too big of a problem. I can always go like down a hook size and get pretty much the same. But people have done shirts in lace yarn. We have baby doll dress, a scarf, a flamingo. Someone did a blanket in lace yarn. I don't feel like that is true, but kind of feels like maybe it's thicker yarns. I don't know. Twister solid. We have a doily, of course. Some animals, doilies, 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 doilies. That's what I'm expecting to see with this. Roses. Or just flowers. I have not done a lot of flowers. I don't feel like that's where I want to go either. Hello, TBG. You're popping in to hit the like. Thank you very much. Hope you're having a great day. Shoes and flowers. Orchids. Fancy. More doilies. Earrings. I have earrings. I have that little metal thingy somewhere. I do have earrings. I could make earrings. Doilies and a hedgehog. There's nothing so far that has like, oh, I want to do that because that looks cute. Snowflakes, coasters, coasters. Could be an option, possibly. Bunch of earrings, a skeleton earring. That is, or a skull. That is cute. Someone made the lost souls into an earring. Don't think my colors scream skulls though, because we have like rainbowy colors. You're going to be doing housework. That is good though. Because once in a while, you need to do boring stuff like that too. I did wash dishes earlier today. Mosaics. Mosaic coasters. I don't think I have any colors that would look good with this. I do know that I have some leftover lace. I want to say in yellow, blue, pink, light baby pink. But I don't think that's going to look good. So I don't have a second color that would be good enough to consider anything mosaic. Neon green skulls. Cute. Oh, the skull and bones. Ghosts. Pumpkins. Pumpkin season is coming around the corner. But yeah, there's a bunch of earrings. I kind of feel like a doll blanket is what feels most interesting. I just don't know how much I have and how big of a blanket I can make with this. I guess that's my only maybe possibly, I don't know, what ifs buts maybes. Um would I just do regular granny squares or should I make fancier granny squares? Because the yarn changes color, so it probably needs to be fairly simple to let the color shine, or should I do it over the top? So many options, so many questions. Can we? No. Um, a doily blanket? Could that be a thing? That also sounds weird. Beaded crochet amulet bag. Like a little mini dice bag. Cute. Bracelets. Bracelets and earrings. A lot of like jewelry type of things. A little kraken. Teeny tiny little kraken. Easter egg decorations. Ghosties. Yeah, no, I'm not really seeing anything that just like sparks joy or yeah, no. So if we're looking for squares, should we just, if we look for a square and we go for it's set to crochet. I want photos. Lace. Do we get some lace stuff? Just because we're narrowing it down a little bit. Elephant! That one's cute. Hmm. Well, I don't know. Baby blanket and lace. Maybe not the way to go either. That's a fun pattern. Looks trippy. Mm, Oh, wait. Let's go for. We take that away and then we go for toys, doll clothes, possibly. Just look at the doll clothes. See what we get. And we take that out and just. And we get something for doll. Here. A frog with a dress. Bigger dolls. Small. I'm guessing you don't need a lot of yarn for this. Like a Barbie dress. But no. Okay, so if we go for. We remove that and then we go for is it home blanket, I guess blankets, moss stitch doll blanket. Could that be what I'm supposed to do? Moss stitch is very nice. Fairly quick make also. And with squares, they need to be put together. Unless I do some type of join as I go, which is also an option. Corner to corner, perhaps. How would that look? So many times where I just like, oh, I'm doing this, and I'm doing this. Oh, new yarn. Let's start something new. um, guess that's just my thing. Hedgehogs. That's cute. Oh, this is really Halloweeny. This pumpkin. Oh, look at it. Fall colors and a pumpkin patch with a scarecrow. Not sure if I think pink and blue is the way to go for pumpkins, but there's definitely some fall type of colors in these ones. Really cute. especially this time of year. Get yourself some pumpkin in time for Halloween. Hexagons. Hmm. Mm-hmm. One of the tricky things I'm seeing, like just thinking about how I would do if I did a corner to corner with this, because of course I would weigh it and see how much yarn it is and, go half so I know where like the half point is for when I start to decrease. But we have like there's a center here. It's like through see-through or wholly, and it's cardboard in here. And of course, I don't know how much that weighs, so I can't really know for sure like how much yarn I actually have here. Hello, Thrifty. Good morning. How are you doing? So that is a little bit of tricky things. I don't think I'm gonna do corner to corner for that reason alone because I don't know how much yarn I have and where halfway mark would be. Almost the last dose of antibiotics taken. Great. Great, great, great. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Wednesday. Well, thank you, Thrifty, and I hope you do have the same. This looks kind of funny. Cat in a spiral with heart and yarn. And paws in the center. That is really cute. I know someone who would love to have one of these. I need to save that one. I saved that one in favorites because I need to consider that one as like a birthday present or something. Oh, we have the is it storks coming with the babies? That's one way of making a baby blanket. Really cute. Oh, did I jump way back? I think I jumped way back. Possibly. Yeah, we were here just a little bit ago. I jumped. Um, Here's a little bit of a different one. It's like a granny square where you have a solid row and then you have clusters and a solid row and clusters and solid rows. It's a little bit of a different thing. It's kind of hard to tell with the yarn being very colorful and a lot of things going on in it, but here we do see it a little bit better in more of a solid type of combination. Hmm. Yeah, no, we're not getting anywhere from here. So let's remove the blankets and just go for lace and see just crochet and lace, and that's it. What have people down. Oh, I can also narrow it down. I have, what did I say? 200 meters. So customize range up to 200. Well, I guess anywhere from, but like, let's go from 100 to 200 just because that will narrow it out a little bit. I don't want to just waste yarn, so. Rita's gonna do her walk. Yes, she's gonna get let out of her room and walk around. Awesome. We see doilies, we see clothing for dolls. Kitty cats. Collars? A frilly scrunchie. Yeah, no. Hairpin lace scarf. No. Hand warmers, baby clothing. Amigurumis. I'm guessing it's not the whole of them that is made in lace, more like details being added to it. Crocodile stitch beads. Dice bag, I guess. Underwear, scarves. A lot of collars. Monsters Jam. Or is that Monsters Inc., right? Monsters James. Giraffe pen holder. Well, that has a long neck. Unicorn pen holder. So, what are we doing? No, I'm just. They say 2.5 millimeter hook. I guess it depends on what you're gonna do. But if we're gonna do something like drapey, maybe we should go for a bigger size ish. Where do we have a start? I think we have a start here. We do have a start here. Hello, Suzanne. How are you doing? Should we try what they suggest with a 2.5? That's what they're suggesting. Maybe we should try that then. And make a drapey baby blanket something for Minime's dolls. And just see how far we can take it. So we're gonna remove that because we don't need it. Let's. Is it boring to just do regular granny squares? Or would that be exactly what we need with the yarn that changes colors? That is the question. Also, how big should I make them? The squares, that is. Oh, come on. Should I make them solid squares or regular granny squares? So many questions. Breakfast and lunch ordered. What will you be having? I'm guessing that's for tomorrow. Yeah, you're going to be home for dinner tomorrow. Yay. I'm really happy for you. Just checking out to see if there's any other type of squares that would be interesting to do. Willow squares? It's been a long time since I did a willow square. Willow square, join as you go. Could that be the thing? Maybe we should go for that. I know I should have that pattern somewhere. There we go. Okay, that's what we're doing. So first we are doing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Breakfast, 2 slices of bread with jam, nyponsoppa, egg, and coffee. Lunch, cauliflower soup and bread. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and make that into a circle. Chain 3, and we're making, no, I'm just gonna do, I do like to chain 1 and then do a double crochet from there instead of chain 3 because I like it. So now we're making 16 double crochets. 3 and 4. 5 and 6. 7 and 8. 9, 10, 11 and 12, 13 and 14, 15 and 16. So far we have a little bit of a color change from the greens to the blue teals. And we do see over here and just here sections where we have more of that sparkly. Good morning, Elaine. How are you doing? Good to see you. Okay, so a stitch in each stitch and a chain in between. Easy peasy. You're just having your morning coffee. That is awesome. And now you have good company to have your morning coffee with. So I just opened a little bit ago some new yarns. One of them is a new released yarn from Hobbii, which is called Twisted Love. And it looks like this. And I needed to try it because I just needed to. Here we do see that the shiny parts really showing up on the camera there. It's really picking up nicely. But yeah, we got a bunch of the green for a little bit now. And I hope that this is going to turn out to a somewhat decent size of a blanket for Mini-Me's dolls. It might not be that because of the amount of yarn. It's a very tight squeeze, I guess. But also she doesn't have the biggest dolls, so it might be good enough for one of them or a teddy bear or something. Possibly. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. What kind of coffee? I could drink whatever coffee because of the coffee there sucks. Oh. Yeah. I'm not jealous, Rita. Hospital coffee. And there we go. Stitch in a stitch, 2 in between. And then stitch in a stitch. You use the donut shop? Or you go to the donut shop to buy coffee? Yeah, Rita's probably coming home tomorrow. She didn't even order dinner for tomorrow's foods. If she would be staying longer, even though she didn't order dinner, they would sort her out. So there's never any worry about that. If you should stay longer, you would get hubby to bring you your coffee maker. Oh, the brand is Donut Shop, so you can get that like at the store, but it's um like the same recipe that your donut shop is like how they make it. You're going home tomorrow. Well, yes. That's all we should envision. Rita's coming home tomorrow. Rita's coming home tomorrow. No one think anything different. Don't jinx it. Breaking out of jail. Yep. So if I get 4 squares out of this, it's going to be a teeny tiny blanket. But that would be at least something, I think. Don't know. Or maybe I should have just done this into one little doily. Keurig cups. Oh, so you get them in cup thingies and then you make them at your in your machine at home. That's convenient. The only thing that would make them keep you is if the last test shows something, but so far so good. Well, as long as your test has been getting better and better, you shouldn't have to worry too much, even if something is in the tests, if it's still like on the better side of things. Will you have half a pharmacy with you home when you leave? Like different types of antibiotics or whatnot that you should be taking for another couple of days, but you can do that at home instead of in the hospital. Oh, it's a test that they grow, but nothing shows, so it's out of your system now. Let's see if I managed to count correctly here. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did what I was supposed to. Uh, okay. We do see like big chunks of. I like it. This is so much cooler than I expected. Because I just thought that it was like here where we have that little fun thing wrapped around the strands, but we get these chunks and they are just making this into something really extra. Your hubby don't drink coffee, so it's just easier to make one cup at a time. Yes, I agree. I did that in the past. 2.5 millimeter hook is what I'm using now. You'll get a prescription. So yeah, you're getting something. But at least it doesn't sound like you're getting a whole pharmacy to bring with you home. Um, and what were we doing here? We're doing 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're jumping over to there. Is it 5 all the way around? I don't think it's 5 all the way around. Nope, now it's 2. And jump over there. Chain 2. And another jump. And another 2. Skip and jump. And 5 again. So what I'm doing now is making this circle into a square. I'm squaring it off. Fika is there. Sandwich and nyponsoppa. I don't remember the name of nypon, but I know that I have translated it way back in the past. But it's like a fruit soup. Nypon is something that grows on just for convenience because I'm lazy. Why did I pick up my phone to do this? I don't know. Rose hip. Rose hip. Rose hip soup. They are little orangey little, I guess is it the seed pod from some rose bushes? But also contains something that itches like crazy. We just called it itchy powder growing up. We used to crack them open like at the bus stop waiting for the school bus in the morning and throw it at each other. Because kids are nice like that. Am I settled in my new place? Pretty okay. There's still a lot to do, boxes to unpack and whatnot, but I'm here. I'm not in a hurry. The boxes are not gonna unpack themselves, but I'm the one that gets to see them every day, so it's only bothering me. So yeah, there's that part of it. But I'm pretty well settled, I want to say. And of course, organizing. Like I don't like the look of all of this now because it looks really messy and there's places that's empty. So there's that also. Um, so this is supposed to go there. Let's do this way. Like so. And I don't know how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Your ma used to make the best rosehip jam. I've never done that into jam. It's very popular here to do the soup, just like we like to do blueberry soup, especially in the like winter times, warm soup. Okay, so there we have 5, 5 and 5, and then single crochet into there. Oh, a little bit of a splitting thing going on here. Let's unsplit you. There we go. And 5. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then a single crochet into there. Hello, Ethel. Afternoon. Yes, to us it's afternoon. There's a lot of people here having their morning coffees. The ambulance has been coming and going a lot. Pity you don't have direct view. Where are you at? Like in do you know what number of the house you're in? Or like what entrance? Because the um 70 is where they have the cafeteria and the pharmacy. That's that entrance. Not sure what entrance the number the ER has. 30F. Where would 30F be? It's very not logical how they have numbered the houses because they've added a couple of houses and the number system is just really weird. Okay. We're starting to get a shape out of this. It's ER is 50. Yeah, and then the pharmacy and whatnot is in 70, and then I think 90 is where the helipad is, but I might be mistaken on that. I don't know where my mom works anymore, but I know she was in 40 something. But she's retiring soon. She only has a couple of months left. But if you're in 30, then you should have, that should be the other way from 30, 50, 70, 90. Yeah, then, okay, so you shouldn't be too far away from the ER. But your window is just not in a good spot, so you see it, or like your room. Is that what you're saying? So I'm kind of feeling optimistic here. Because of course I should be able to get more than 4 squares because these squares are not big. I just don't want to like overthink it and how big this blanket could become. But I'm kind of feeling we're getting like a blue and green square here. So next square should be like possibly a little bit red, orange, yellow. I think we might be getting into nosing on the pinkish at the end of this square, depending on how much is needed here. But looking at it like this, we should probably get a decent sized baby blanket or doll blanket. We're making a doll blanket. Why is it so hard to remember that? 5 and single crochet and then another 5. You will soon get to see how this has been a little bit more squared off compared to what we just saw. And I said it earlier, it's a willow square, like the weeping willow. And then we're going into there with that. And right. So when I've done these in the past, this is where I cut and joined in another place with another color. But I am just going to, I'm going to slip stitch. Because why not? I can slip stitch. I'll do that. It's not the end of the world to do that. Hello, Wayne Welly. Good afternoon. How are you doing today? 50's in front of you, so no reason. And how the no, the numbers are weird. The numbers are really weird. There we go. And 1, 2, 3. Oh, I was supposed to show you what I was doing. That's what I said I was gonna do. I am doing fine. I have new yarn to play with, and kid at daycare, and seeing how it's more square. So first we had a circle, and then we made more circles, and now we're squaring it off a little bit. But yeah, it's really pretty color. More of the pops of that little like effect part here and there. It's metallic. It's really like metallic sheen to that. Yep. Whoop! It jumped. It didn't want to be here anymore. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that goes into there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I know most of you are probably just still waking up, but is there anyone that is doing something else? Crocheting, knitting, working on something on the bench. We have a bunch of scale model builders here. What's on your bench? What's in your cup or in your belly? All of the fun stuff. Or plans for the day. Anything. What would you like to share? 1, 2, 3. You're killing zombies? You playing some video game or computer game? Is it relaxing? Are you preparing for the zombie apocalypse? Some practice makes perfect type of situation? You're trying to not fall asleep. Or Rita, if you need to rest, then you should rest. Resting is what is going to get you out of the hospital sooner. You need to heal. So are you in a lot of pain after where they had that drainage thingy? Or is that okay? Good morning, Brett. How are you doing? No exclamation point needed. Nightbot doesn't do exclamation points. You have a cold morning. Hope that you get a little bit warmer as the day goes. Do you have some morning coffee? How are you doing? Let's... Not too bad, only hurt when you cough. So don't cough. I know, it's easier said than done. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So, after this row, there's actually just one more row. So we're pretty much almost finished with this one. Well, finished and finished. There's one more row, but we are really close to getting finished. And there we go. It's raining, so you dare say the humidity is 100%, and you have coffee. Awesome. Where is me here? Just do that. You have all the other normal pain also? Yeah, that part is not so much fun. Yeah, no. I want to do this. I am up and early. Well, I guess. It's not early for me. I've been up since really early. I have good temperature. I've been out walking. It is very windy though. It's been very windy for these last days. I don't know why. It just, I get, why is it just very windy? I'd rather have less wind, but yeah, you can't get everything you want, you know? So where is there we go. Your ribs feel like they are broken, but X-ray says no, you're only tender. And Rita has pretty much almost the same. You have a little bit more humidity and you have a little bit more wind. But I wouldn't expect much less because we're like not that far away from each other. So the fact that we have very similar weather is kind of expected. You want to sit on the balcony? That sounds like an awesome place to be. Did you have a balcony in your new apartment? I don't remember. You did show me the floor plan. I think you have a balcony. Crafty Gypsy. Head cold incoming. Good morning, everyone. Well, good morning to you. How are you doing this fine morning? I think it's morning for you. I'm just assuming that most people that just pops in now is like morning people waking up. Unless I recognize you from being in the UK. That's pretty much. I'm just assuming things here. 5 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3. 11 square meters. It's a decent size. 7:30 a.m. You know what happens when you assume? Everything happens when I assume. You never know anything. Yeah, no, I might offend someone. If I do, I'm sorry. If I step on people's toes, I'm sorry. But at least I'm trying, I guess. 3, 4, and soon we have a 5th. And then we jump to the next space and get 3 in here. I need to think about how I should join as I go also. Because there's kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 natural spaces for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, 7. So that could be good, actually. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the spaces that kinda is just by automatic. Yeah, because of how the pattern is made, or like, yeah, good idea. Good idea. I'm happy with the idea. We need to buy furniture for the balcony, and your room buddy is asleep again. Oh, you got to share the room now? You're too kind to step on toes or hurt people's feelings. You never know. The people have feelings, and sometimes apparently they get hurt, and you don't even notice because some people don't say that they got their feelings hurt. So you never know. You miss the weather since coming back home. It's just raining again. But that's also weather. You miss the weather, but you have weather. You have rain. That is a weather. What type of weather would you prefer? Maybe a bit of twisting words here, but yeah. We're getting a little bit of the red now, or pink. Pink, pink something. And there's still more blue to come. So it's not. Oh, this is so pretty. Pretty, pretty. Yeah, no, like if I see more of this yarn possibly being purchased in the future. I just need to figure out what I would do with it, because lace yarn is maybe not the first thing I think about when I think about yarns that I like to work with, and because it's like really thin and takes forever to show some progress, which not really a issue, but sometimes you need stuff to work up fast, and making like clothing in lace weight, there's some dedication needed for taking on such a project. But in honestly, like I I could see this being like a big blanket. Oh, you've been to the Canary Islands. That's good weather place. Yes. You had a buddy since Friday. We had lung infection and can't give it to each other because it's in the blood, not airways. I guess that's one good thing about it then. You didn't get to be all by yourself and lonely and bored out of your senses in a way. It's a really old one. He's been so sick and no one visit him because they're sick too. Oh, that's no fun. Like hospitals are crap as they are, but like it's worse when you don't get visits. At least you have a little bit of company. Your missus is currently looking at going for a Lanzarote next summer. So, have you been to the Canary Islands before, or was Fuerteventura the first place you went? I have been to, well, the main island, which I don't remember what it's called, but yeah, the big one, Gran Canaria. Oh, Hobby bought glasses for him because he forgot his. That is very kind of him. Oh, first time you went to Fuerteventura, but you've been to Tenerife before? Or is that one you're thinking I was referring to? Because that's not where I went. Just yeah, no, I didn't. And when hubby's been there with fruits you've shared. Yeah, I don't think you usually get very much fruit at the hospital. You get some fruit, but perhaps not very much. I think maybe it's a bit different if it's kids or adults though. Kids usually have a little bit more selection of things. Okay. Okay. So we're cutting this one so I can start the next one. That should be enough to tie this one off. And I'm actually, since I'm going to be joining as I go, I should probably hide the tails at least somewhat. But an invisible join, not so very invisible because of the color changes, but so this is what we got. We got some of the reds, or pinkish, and the darker blue. We got more of a tealy blue here, and this is a more of a darker blue. And some pinkish, this light green. It's really fun. Here we see that the thingy over here in the pink is really pink. They are a little bit thicker, these chunky metally sections. So I kind of get why they said a 2.5mm hook because of that. But it's fun. So this is a willow square. Now I have made one. Let's see how many I can make and make it into a blanket. The one I was referring, but you did look at Tenerife too. It's more expensive there? Is it? Mm, no, Gran Canaria is where I was. Yeah, that's where I went. Um, can we do something with this? I might need more yarn. I might need more yarn. But now we have pinks and orange and yellow. And we will actually go from pink and orange to yellow back to orange. So next square will definitely just be these three colors. But we have a light blue and a darker blue and green. Can we put this somewhere? I don't have anything to pin it. But can you hang out there and be pretty over there while we make the next one? Maybe a little bit more on the side here. Can you stay like that? Do you have a decent view of that over there? Possibly? Possibly. So, let's make the next one. And then I will be joining them together on the last row. How much the yarn was? It's discounted right now. 25% off on discount. But if you buy 10, it's a 30% off. But they are currently 43 crowns, 18 off, 61 normally. And if you buy 10, it's 43 each, so it's 430 for 10. I'm just talking Swedish crowns here for those who are confused about the numbers. But Rita has the same currency because she's just a skip and a hop away by bus, technically. So. Do I know what you want when you come home? You want your yarn that is hanging out behind my screens because you have yarn here. Is that what you want? Or do you want something else too? I don't know. That's my first guess, that you want your yarn. You want a shower and a hair wash. And that. And that. And that too. No, I totally get that. Shower and a hair wash is definitely something that is nice when you get out of the hospital. And your PJs. What, you're not happy with the hospital gown? They are kind of comfy though. I have definitely had worse. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have hospital PJs. Oh, you got a short version so you wouldn't trip and fall? Rita's hinting at the fact that she's a little bit on the short side. Yeah, we don't want you to trip and fall. That would probably end you up in, I don't know, orthopedic ward instead for a little bit. So please don't. 12, 13, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13. Fjorton. 15. 16. You're qualifies as a short grown. Is your mom the same height as you? Because I've only seen your mom, I think, stand up behind you when you're sitting down, or she's been sitting and you've been standing up. But I don't think I've seen you both stand like next to each other, or do you know what I mean? You got you got an ad GPS tracker for kids. There's some jokes about that. Big kid getting lost often. No more hospital stays. Thank you very much. Okay, so she's pretty much the same. Half centimeter shorter, that's nothing. So yeah, you're pretty much the same height. Okay, there we go. You're adding the 360 app on mom's new phone. Is that a tracker thing? So you know where she's at all times? Well, being in a fairly new city I guess there's a chance of getting a little bit lost when you don't know where to go. So that sounds like a good plan. Mom is not going to be out alone. Yeah, I don't think that's a lot of fun in that big city to be out and about too much alone. I don't know how much you said she visited it before, I think. So it's not totally new, or I don't remember. That's just what I think I remember. Has hubby done all the shopping for foods and stuff? So she hasn't been forced to like go to the store and get stuff. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. There we go. She's been here, but in a wheelchair, so she wasn't all over the place out and about. So I'm just thinking out loud now, Rita, to get all the yarn to you by bus, I think I have to like rearrange it and put it into bags. I think traveling with that big box is not going to be too much fun. Or would you want the box? Because it's a fancy box that says Denley on it, even though it's kind of ripped open. Because that's how I was thinking about you getting it, like just the box. But would you be okay if I just like repackaged it for easier travels? Oh, they went together to shop, so she gets to go out a little bit and get to pick foods she might like. That is great. We have a bluish center on this one, and then we're getting a lot of reddish pinks. Very different from the first square. You have 70 boxes, so you don't think you need one more. You're trying to get them out, the boxes? What, you don't want boxes all over the place? I'm gonna I'm gonna show you this when I've done this full round. I'm almost well, I guess 2/3 of this row. And then you get to see what it looks like so far. But I think I know how to assemble them. Yeah, I'm gonna join as I go. And I don't know, we haven't really talked about the bullfinch crochet along. Um, Sheepies has released like a Mega World limited edition, like a huge cake, and made that one into a blanket. But the the squares, I think they're called like mitered or mitered. It's just squares that they assemble from in a corner to corner type of fashion. So one square and then the next and the next, and then you go like diagonally, putting the squares together in kind of a corner to corner fashion. And I think I'm going to do the same with this. I'm going to take one and then I'm going to put 1, 2, possibly 3, 4, 5, or yeah, something along those lines. That's, I think that's going to be easiest. We get a little bit of a hint of yellow or orange also already. But we have blue, and then we have a little bit of yellowy, orangey colors down here. Oh, don't fall over, please. Hobbii isn't the greatest to unpack, so there's a lot waiting for you. You love continuously join squares so fast and easy. Yeah, just since I have to cut the yarn, just some extra tails. I don't like the tails. You bought a moving trolley on Amazon today so you can get stuff out and down into the storage without struggling. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Right, now we are to square this off. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there. 1, 2. And 1, 2. So are you guys starting to wake up now? The coffee made its trick, or did its trick yet? I will be wrapping us up very soon. Possibly I'll be able to do this square fully before I have to wrap it up. But I just glanced over to look at what time it is, and well, I don't have to hurry and rush and hurry, but I do have an alarm set for, well, a bit. It starts to annoy me about 15 past. So yeah, it's a little bit, but I have to be picking up Mini-Me in an hour, and I have quite some walk to get there. So I will be probably maybe, possibly, hopefully finish this square. I just have to pick up the pace to see if I can do it before I have to go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. What shoe size Mini-Me? Good question. Can I get back to you on that one? I think Big Kid is like probably closer to 41 by now. He's got big feet. But then again, his dad has 48, so I am expecting him to have big feet. It's really hard to get shoes that big in Sweden, really. 48, that is, he has been having to like order from the US. Sizes that big, I don't know what sizes that would be equivalent to, but that is like basketball player shoe size type of situation, and definitely not common in Sweden. Swedes, I guess, have smaller feet. Up to 46 is pretty easy to find. Anything higher than that, it's never in store. Like, you have to order it. So far, the walking has been okay for her. She has complained that her legs are hurting a little bit, but it's also boring to walk. So I don't know how much is pain or how much is just boring. But yesterday with the fire truck that we got to go look at, and I did bring some raisins just for her to like get a little bit of extra energy on the walk back home because I didn't have anything the last um yeah, I haven't brought anything um the other days, but I did bring some raisins yesterday and I'm probably going to do that today just to get her a little bit of an extra energy boost. But halfway we go back past the gas station and she's like, I want to get something to drink, I want to get something to eat. It's like, no, we're not going to get anything at the gas station every time we pass us there, you know. Yeah, no, you can't get proper women's shoes with heels in that size. You have to go to the kids section. But I want to say that Minimi is probably because she has duck feet. I have never seen a kid with as ducky feet as she has because she has no heel and a lot of toes. And her toes, we joked about this when she was like a newborn, because her big toes are like really spread apart and then it's very very narrow down to where the heel is at. So it kind of is almost like her toes have like each toes have a different zip code, and then she has no heel. It's very like a duck feet shape. It's very triangular with like spread toes. It's really cute. But I have a duck-footed kid and one that has ginormous feet because his dad has ginormous feet. So yeah, it's never been easy to buy shoes for my kids. Guess that's just it is what it is. But yeah, she's got more heel now than when she was teeny tiny. It just looked very disproportionate, unproportionate, whatever, not proportioned. Ugh. Help me with the grammar. I think you figured out what I was trying to say at least, or understood half of what I said. I hope. Um, mm, mm, mm. 5. Okay, I'm getting fire vibes from this one. Like we kind of knew the colors though, like red, orange, yellow. You guys know what I'm thinking. You guys know what just crossed my mind. Red, orange, and yellow. What does it look like in the head of me? I've already talked about it once today, and I talk about it pretty much every live stream for a minute or two. It looks like lava. Who could have guessed? No one would have guessed. Everyone knew. Yeah, no, we're looking at lava now. Volcano. Uh, yeah, that happened. Okay, so I am kinda seeing that we might be a tight squeeze to finish this time-wise. I'd rather not have to just like run out the door and run as fast as I can. I did have to walk fairly fast yesterday, so good pace, but I'd rather not have to do it on too tight of a time. So at the same time, I don't want to leave you guys because we're having too much fun and I'm playing with yarn and you're just enjoying your morning or something. Hopefully, I'm not ruining your morning mood because Because in that case, there's other places you could be. I'm happy that you're deciding to hang out with me, but don't blame me for things like your mood. I can only blame myself for my own mood. That's oh, come on. There we go. So I actually am putting some extra effort into the day streaming type of situation that we've got going now. I think most of you know that I've been getting help with creating thumbnails and such in the past. So new thumbnails will be created for this morning stream or whatnot we have going on here. Hopefully I'll have something for next time I'm here. Because why not? It just feels like an awesome time to be hanging out, so might as well just actually put some time and effort into this. What did I title this? Early Bird Hangout #1. Would that be a good thing to keep going with for the early birds? Even though it's lunchtime for me? Just made sense in my head when I was just juggling a little bit here earlier, but what did I do? No, I have to frog. I have to frog because I messed up in the beginning of this row. Okay. It is what it is. We're just... How did I do that silly mistake? We're going back to the beginning. I should not be stressing. That's what I shouldn't be doing. Okay. I could have showed you, but I didn't. So I think there went the possibility of finishing the full square. But we get to see it finished later. Because I'm not going to stop doing this. We might have a finished blanket in the at the end of the day. It's not a lot of yarn. And I definitely think I can work through once... I don't know, can I even call it a skein? It's on the cardboard thingy. So I don't know if we could even call it a skein. Let's hope I can actually do what I'm supposed to do this row. See, I've messed up. It happens. Most of the time I don't frog, but in this case, yeah, it's kind of stupid not to, because these squares are very small. It's not like we're frogging 300 stitches or 3 rows of something here. We're frogging half a row or a round. But I'm definitely enjoying how the drape is turning out. I probably would have thought to go even bigger to get a drapey feeling. But no, I don't think that would have been the best choice, since I also do have a looser tension. But to make this into more of a doily type of thing, I would want to go down in size. This is too loosey-goosey for something like that. Definitely like more of a garment type of drape. with the hook size recommended on the yarn. But we are getting, I want to say that we're into the orange, but it kind of feels a bit yellowy to me. But I think maybe it's going to feel less yellowy when I actually get yellow next to it. So what are your plans now when I'm going to leave you here in a few minutes? How are you going to entertain yourself without me? No, I'm just kidding. That just sounded like my ego was inflated. Dinner. What is for dinner today? Dinner and meds. Let's see what that looks like. No, that's not what I'm supposed to do. Well, hello, Samantha. It's been a while. How are you doing? Good to see you. Also sleep, yes. You're gonna go grease some door hinges today, you think? A few doors squeaking that are driving crazy. Raining today, so not working until tomorrow or Friday. Well, yeah, you go play with the hinges. I have a couple of squeaky door hinges too. I did have the maintenance guy over in the beginning when I just moved here. Uh, and yeah, he was fixing some stuff. And I was like, I have a couple of door hinges that are driving me crazy. Can we sort that out while you're here? He's like, yeah, sure. He was standing outside, so he just gave me the can of whatever spray. He's like, yeah, you can do that, and just yeah, give it back to me. He's like, yeah, sure, fine. So I went in and I took a couple of the doors, but I forgot some. I should have taken all of them because afterwards I was like, why didn't I do that on that door, and why didn't I fix that door? Even though Mini-Me's door was the worst because it kept waking her up when I was like going out of the room after tucking her in. So that was like, you know, my main issue. But after that, I was like, yeah, I should have taken all the doors. Samantha, you type Sweden. You type Sweden to drop your link. Nightbot does tell us that once in a while, but I don't know when he said that last time. And that is an option for everyone. If you have a channel and you want to drop your link, Nightbot can do that for you. I didn't show you what I did so far, right? Did I just forget that? I think I just forgot that. I just kept going. Well, put the stitch in and just show you. Use food oil in. Oh, you mean for the doors? What time is it in Sweden? Is 3:10 p.m. So this is what we got. We got the blue center, and then we got the pinkish, red, and orange. Maybe a little bit of yellow in here. I don't know. No, we're not really at the yellow yet, but there's. So I will be attaching this on the next row. Like I have started. This is what it looks like before we get to the row where I will be joining them. I don't know. Should I join them at that side because of, or should I go on a side that has no, well, there's not really a side that doesn't have the red. Maybe I should go for like close to them. What days do I go live? Well, Samantha, I haven't really figured that out yet since I have moved. But I definitely will be doing like early streams like this one. I did this Monday and now today, every other week when I have my mini me here during weekdays because I can't go live in the afternoon when she is home or in the evening. So I will be doing day streams like this. Well, for me, it's like, lunchtime and whatnot. And for you guys, it's waking up, morning coffee, hangout. So I kind of feel like this is a kind of a nice time slot. I don't know what days though. Today I was just feeling in the mood. Yesterday I had stuff to do. Tomorrow I have things to do. Friday, I don't know. Um, my Sunday streams are, yeah, I have kids every other weekend, so yeah, my Sunday is, it's not happening. Good morning, Gloria. Good to see you. Are you just waking up with some coffee too? Also, Sundays, there's a plenty of people live streaming on Sundays, so there's plenty of entertainment. I don't think I am that missed on Sundays, to be honest, because there's other things that you can do. There we go. Mm. Just looking at what time it is. Yeah, no, I will be wrapping it up here. We didn't get to see me join it, but we did get to see me finish this the second to last row. So I will be doing the last row and attaching later. But you do see it's like flowy and drapey and stretchy. Really nice. What time did I wake up? I got up at 7 o'clock this morning. Is when I got up. Sweden and Germany and the Eastern Corridor are all 6 hours ahead of Eastern Time of North America. It's 3:13 in Sweden. Yes. Yeah, 6 hours difference between me and like New York time and 9 hours between me and California. That is all I know. Like in between, I am lost. All the other time zones or what states is what time zone, I'm lost. But I know 6 to 9 hours. That's all I know. But often I'm really crappy at counting whatever time it is, even though I know the difference. I don't always like, get the times right. So I'm actually gonna just turn my alarm off because otherwise I will be bothered in a minute. I want to say goodbye without having that one just make noises. 7 a.m. in Sweden. What would that be in what time zone? So that's like 1 a.m. No, 1 a.m. East Coast and somewhere before midnight on the West Coast is when I got up. And that would be probably a good time to stream also. But at that point, I need to get Mini-Me ready to daycare, drop her off, and then I'm back. I'm usually home by 9 a.m. But it kind of feels like it's a little bit too early to start streaming at 9 a.m. here because there's, well, maybe night owls. Maybe there's some night owls up at that time, but I don't think there's a lot of people up at that time, to be honest. So I finished my drink and I am good to go. Maybe that would be a good time though. 10 p.m. It's not that early. You guys, I love hanging out with you. I wish I could hang out more, but for today, I have to run. I hope you have a great rest of your day and that you had a good, nice time waking up with my company. But I will be back here soon. Um, for sure, not tomorrow because I have other things to do. But Friday might be a possibility. I don't have any plans for Friday, so I don't know. I will have Minnie is going to her dad on Friday. I will have Big Kid here from Saturday to Sunday because his dad is going to do other things. So he asked if I could take Big Kid. So I will have him a little bit of this weekend. But all next week, there's no kids. So next week, I could do a 24-hour live stream if it's a possibility. I have no idea if that's going to happen next week, but I have planned for it for some time. We have talked about it in the past. Maybe I better step it up and do it soon. Not necessarily that I'm going to do it next week. It could be 2 weeks from now, or well, we'll see. We'll see. We haven't prepared for that. But if I start talking about it, then I have to you can hold it against me. Like, when were you going to do that 24-hour live stream? So yeah, you keep poking me about that, and I will do it sooner rather than later. We can do it multiple times too. There's nothing saying I can't do it again. If I do it once, I can do it twice or 4 times. But for now, you guys have a great rest of your day and enjoy the weather if you have good weather. If not, sit and get cozy and crochet or knit in the cozy of your home. Bye.